Hey guys, we're at Cabbage Tree Point boat ramp. Got a bit of a mission going on here. This is completely legal too, and it's 100% safe. My mate Alex over there, I'll introduce you properly in a bit, but we're heading out to the islands. We're going to do some fishing, some crabbing, some camping, and yeah, I'll show you along the way. I won't do too much here. We'll get out to the islands and I'll talk to you out there. Hey guys, we're out on the water. We think it's working, not sure, but we're going all right. Just left the coast and heading out towards Kangaroo Island, so that'll be fun. We just launched. High tide was about an hour and a half ago, so we're just going to catch the last of the outgoing to help us get to the spot we're heading to, because it is it's further east. So if we can get there and everything's sweet. Other than that, yeah, that's it. I'll give you a quick look at where we are, but got about 400 jet skis over there ripping up the waves, so that'll be fun. And then that's the boat ramp back there. That's Cabbage Tree Point, Steglett's down that way. But anyway, Alex is off. Better catch up to him, so we'll see you further down. Alrighty. Got this poor fella over here in the tinny. I'm guessing it's his first time. Crossover's back there. We're sitting on a gigantic bloody mud bank as we speak. If you take the crossover and go that way, you need to go that way of that marker. If you take the crossover there, you need to be on the other side of that. But he's not having much luck. He come down here, got stuck, got back out into the channel, cruised back down. I'm guessing he's thinking he's going the right way, but it was a shortcut, and at a mid-tide he's actually bottomed out, the poor fellow. I'd help him, but I've got a long way to paddle. Alex is sitting over there. We've gone about 2k, 2 and a bit k. We started way back behind Alex there, and we're going to where those trees get a bit high there in the distance. So I'm going to spin around and we're going to get back into things. Happy days. Oh. Hey guys, we've just gotten to camp. Nice little paddle, and it's the kayaks there. We're on Kangaroo Island. I'd say it's halfway between mainland and South Straddie. So over that way, about 5 kilometres in that direction, 5-6k, that's where we kayaked from this afternoon at Cabbage Tree Point boat ramp. And if you keep following that way past the catamarans and whatnot, and head that way probably another 3 or 4k, you'll get to South Straddie. Yeah, so this is us anyway for the next few days. We've just come to a camp. There's already a bit of stuff here, so whoever was here last has sort of got a bit of rubbish there and whatnot. We'll clean that up a bit and what have you. They've got this little chopping board set up, which I guess is pretty handy, but give it a clean up. A bit of our stuff there that we've just brought in. Then over here we got all our kit from the dry bags. So we got a couple of dry bags from BCF. Got all our stuff over nice and dry in the kayaks. I'd say we were pretty, what would you say, loaded as any more, and we would have been pushing the friendship, I'd say, with how much stuff we brought over, but it's pretty good. But anyway, so we've got Alex over here. I'll introduce you properly. This is my good mate Alex. And he's setting up some bloody thing. He keeps telling me what it is, and I just sit in one ear and out the other. What are you doing?
Oh, just setting up a hoochie. So got a locking knot on the end there.
Yeah, so she's pretty much from that tree to the other, and then I believe just each side's going to be tied off, and that way give us a bit of shelter, and then yeah, we'll be set up underneath that. That's going to be where our sort of main area is, where we're sleeping and whatnot, and then we'll just cook at the ends or what have you. We might start a fire over there, but I don't know. We've got enough stuff here to be able to make fire. So the biggest thing is food. So we've got 2 crab pots, a whole heap of mangroves that run along the back here. So we're going to go for a walk as soon as we've set up sleeping arrangements. We're going to drop those in. We've got a little bit of water out the front here, so we're going to try and get a, even if it's just a brim or something, a brim or a whiting. Yeah, and then go from there. Hopefully we can catch a feed for tonight, because we're running out of sunlight. I think it's about 5:30. We left at about 2:30, 3 o'clock, so it wasn't too bad. Little 2-hour paddle. Neither of us have actually kayaked before, let alone come across like a passage and all that. But yeah, anyway, we're going to get set up, and then once we're set up, I'll give you a look at the camp, and then we're going to rush off before we lose the sun, and I'll take you for a run to drop these pots in and just show you where we are, what we're doing. And yeah. Hey guys, camp's done. Now we've got the pots. We're just walking them over. Got some mangroves out the back here. So while the sunlight's still out a little bit, we're going to get through all this slush. We're going to try and find a spot, put some pots so we don't have to get the kayaks out tonight to check them or anything. And I'm going to swap hands because we've got the smallest crab pots possible for the kayak. But yeah, she's a bit boggy in that out here, so I'm guessing high tide will be a bit different. But yeah, anyway, so far so good. We're having a great time. Alex and I were just saying that instead of bringing the boat out here, you actually appreciate it a lot more when you're doing the kayak, because it is hard work and it takes a little while. And yeah, instead of just hopping in the tinny, cruising out and getting here, you know, 5 minutes time, it takes you 2.5 hours, and you realize actually how remote you are. It's cool. Anyway, here's our mangroves. That's where we're headed. Alrighty, so I jumped the gun. We put a pot in already, just waiting on the tide to turn. I should have had this filming because just under these trees here we seen a nice size crab. It was a Jenny though, but there's some good holes just in around there underneath that mangrove. There's plenty everywhere, good sized muddy holes there. Got the creek run in. The tide's about to turn, I think, in the next half an hour or so. So what we're hoping is tide will turn, push up, scent from the mullet, cruise up there, they'll come in, blah 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 blah, all the rest. So we got that. I've got another pot. Wish we would have had 4 or so, but like given the size of the pots that we brought with the kayaks, well, there was no way we were going to get any more. So next stop will be either making up a few small ones or grabbing a couple from the shop. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm pretty keen. We'll get the other one in. I'll show you chucking that in, but as you can see, nice and simple. And depending on weather and all that too, I guess, you'll see a whole lot of pots on the main channel. There'll be a few things come down to that. It'll either be the boat's too big and they can't get up into the creeks, or they're too lazy and they're sort of not too keen on chasing them too much. Or the weather too, I guess. If there's heaps of fresh around, guys tend to put them at the front. But I know I always swear by, if you can get up into the creeks, you know, you'll be laughing. You always do a bit better. But I'm going to grab this other pot that I've got here. I've just got it sitting on the bank. I'm going to take it down over to there because I've seen another little deep creek and we might go for a look. We'll probably get to check these guys once before where we're standing is underwater. So we'll probably check these early night. I'd say, what is it now? It's 5:30 or 6 o'clock. So we'll probably check these about 8. And then that'll be it till the morning. Then we'll check them in the morning. So fingers crossed we can get a feed tonight. That'll be awesome. All right, so I've just chucked him there. Got a little creek there, little creek here. Heaps of muddy holes. There's holes everywhere in the bank. Massive hole there. So the other pot's over there to the left, different little creek. So hopefully it's all good. I'm just going to flick this little float up onto this mangrove without damaging it, of course, because that is not the go. So make sure there's plenty of slack, and I'm just going to pop him around there, and just like that. All right, that's him set, all good. Then we come over to here, got a couple more creeks there. The other pot's up there, So that's 1, that's 2, and they both come out at this fork. So when the tide turns and it pushes up, 2 different little creek systems up here, and hopefully we're covering it enough. This is awesome. We're pumped. So Alex and I, we're going to cruise back. We're going to set up camp now where we're sleeping. We've got the what's he called, what did you just set up? What was it? A woodgie. A woodgie.
Hoochie.
A hoochie. Hoochie. Well, do I want to get this? Damn, it could have been so much better.
Just pushed out a little mud crab. Sorry, buddy.
So anyway, we're going to cruise back. We're going to set up our sleeping arrangements. We might have a sneaky little drink, and we're going to chuck a bait out, see what we can't do. So I'll give you the quick rundown anyway. First of all, if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, really appreciate that. Jillian, myself, we've got plenty going on at the moment. We're just about to start on the bus build, converting a Mitsubishi Rosa. We're taking the kids on the road. We're going to be touring Australia. I'll be doing my music on the road, meeting plenty of new people. You know, we're just trying to make the most of life in general. So that's the plan with us. So yeah, if it's something that you might want to follow, please hit subscribe, follow the channel, and you'll see heaps more. But just a bit more on this episode anyway. So thanks brother Tom for the kayak, by the way, because I don't even know if he knows I've got it. But that's Alex's kayak up there. That's me brother Tom's. I've never used a kayak in my life. Alex bought that one 2 days ago because I said, hey, we should go cruise out in the kayaks and do some crabbing and fishing. So he's not done the kayak thing before. So we've cruised, I think it worked out to be about 6k from the Cabbage Tree Point boat ramp to where we are here at Kangaroo Island. Straight over that way, over a couple more islands, is South Stratty. Hundreds of islands out here. There's plenty of crabbing. There are a couple of green zones up towards, I think, Russell Island. There's one there that stands out. But yeah, so if you just keep an eye out, they're all signed and that as well. But if this is something that you think you might want to do, like get a mate, or even if you just want a solo mish, seriously, Alex and I had never used kayaks before. And on the way over, like, you know, we got swag each. We got the little, what do you call it, a hoodgie? Is that him or a woodgie? Hoochie. He's got a hoodgie hoochie thingamajiggy. We got the eskies. Before I moved over to New Zealand, I owned a tinny, and this was like my backyard. I love this creek system. You never do like incredibly well. Like, it's not a place you go and you'll bag out or anything. Yeah, I used to cruise down here every second weekend almost, and like I know the water like the back of my hand along here anyway. Some of my favorite little fishing spots. So in saying that, with what Alex was saying, like, yes, it was our first time using the kayaks, but we did have some knowledge of the area, so we were able to figure out like tides, because this is a bit of a strange place, like pardon me, Cabbage Tree Point. When the tide's running in and out, it's not necessarily the same as the other systems in here, because you got it pushing from the south, from the east, and from the north up Moreton way. So there's a whole heap of different tidal things going on. But yeah, so once we pushed out there, we sort of knew what to expect. The hardest part is near the boat ramp. once you get out here, like as you can see at the moment, not going to lie though, this is probably the nicest it's been since we've been here. It's pretty good out there. But yeah, so we do know the area. I've never camped here. I've seen people camp here. My mates have camped here before. I normally camp another couple of k's up, but to be honest, I couldn't be bothered paddling that much. I was pretty knocked up when we got here. But this was the place we planned on camping, just with distance and everything to get here. Pretty much all we're trying to say is if you wanted to do something like this, it's not impossible. You don't need a big flash kayak or anything, you know. A couple of $100, you know, $300 or so, $400, and you can get out and do whatever. And we had some pretty serious load for a for novice kayakers and the trip we were doing, but we took our time and yeah, loving it. Let's get some Mozzie coils on the go. They're pretty vicious through here. So anyway, we're all set up. We're just about to throw a line out, but here's our little simple camp that we got done up. She looks the part anyway. But yeah, that's us. Pretty cruisy, no fuss. And yeah, I'm gonna get a line out, see what happens. And so far so good. Midgey's bad, but get the coils going, get the Bushmans on, and we'll be away. We're just over to the pots now. Hopefully they're still in water, so it's half a surprise, but no, they're not. And they're empty. Bugger. She's high and dry, that one. Not a thing. So we're gonna move it. So we're over at the second one.
Been baited though.
We got no bait. We're over the second one. We got ourselves a mud crab. We might have breakfast. We'll have to measure him up and have a look, but hey, brekkie time. I was getting worried there. When are we going to start catching something? Yeah, sweet. Bring him on up and we'll have a little look-see. I reckon he's pretty good though. Give him a little measure up, but he's looking pretty comfortable to me. Can sort of tell he's a buck straight away, I think. Yeah. Yep. We'll have a look anyway. We'll get him out, have a bit of a feel, and go from there. Alrighty, so we're just moving the pots back anyway. We'll take them back to camp and we'll probably look at taking them out in the kayak after brekkie and moving them on, because to be honest, I was hoping for more than one crab, but yeah, it looks great. Like, this is dead low at the moment, but we were here at the top of high, and there wasn't too much water in here, to tell you the truth. We thought where we were standing right now would go under, but it didn't. So oh well, don't want to waste a full day with them sitting up here in the soup. So we'll get back, have a feed, and then we might kayak them out a bit. Alright, just going to give him a quick measure. We come prepared, obviously. So this is our measuring stick. That there's 15 centimeters. She's a bit dodgy, but at the same time, I bet you it's a lot closer to 15 centimeters than the ones you buy at BCF. So should be right. There we go. Look at him, all over it. He is a pretty talented little muddy, that one though. He can get back. That spike there, whichever's the furthest one. Oh.
Yeah, it's this one here. That's it.
Yep, sweet. He's comfortable. So we're over there, and then here. So he's about 15.5, I'd say. On the old scale. Nah, he's good as gold. And I'll just get you to flick him upside down, mate. Yep, I'll just have a quick little feelsy. Yep, righto. So you can just feel there on that second one there, you give it a bit of a squeeze, bit of a push, and to tell if it's full or not. So happy days. We're gonna have a feed. I'll boil him up and we'll see you over in the camp kitchen. All right, so got ourselves a little pot. Just gonna get some salt water, because everything that comes from salt water should be cooked in salt water, I believe. And so that's us there. This is the kitchen. Right. But the kitchen is not very stable. It's like the X, I think. So what I will do, get me little burner all the way from NZ. You might remember this from episodes 7, 8 and 12. So I might pop him down here and get me little pot. So the plan is with this fella is I'm going to cook up this first one, and then Alex is going to do the next one. This one's just going to be the easy style. Pretty much I just, as you can see, I've got that going now. I'll get that to boil, and once she's boiling, get the lid, speed things up a bit. Once she's boiling, I'll put the crab in for 12 minutes. So we'll just keep an eye on the sun wherever it is when we put him in, and then after the sun's moved 12 minutes worth, we'll take him out. That'll be there. So yeah, once it comes to boil, like chuck the crab in, probably get it back to boil. 12 minutes is like the magic number, I reckon. So get it there. And because we come out on the kayaks, ice is a touchy subject. We haven't got a great deal, so normally I'd like to make an ice slurry to cool him straight down, but probably what I'll do is once we've finished cooking him, we'll just take him out, pop him in the drink for a couple of minutes just to cool him down, because we're going to eat him straight away for brekkie. So it'll just be the initial touch. We don't want to get burnt. So anyway, that's the story. Water's on the boil. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. Don't you damage me good measuring stick. Right. Alrighty. So he's in. Got him in there. He's all good. The pot, maybe a fraction small, but hey, it's going to cook him just perfect. So he's in there. I'll let it come back to heat again, and then we'll go 12 minutes. Alright, should be action time, I think. There we go. Yummy yummo. He's good to go. Yum. He did drop a claw, but oh, that was right. Sand all over that. Tried my best. Right. Now, what my plans are, I'm just going to pour this whole fella in here. And then I'm just going to put him back in this with some cooler water. I'll let him sit, actually. He's dropped a few bits and pieces, but all in all, it's not too bad. Let that sit for a little while. Happy days. I did change my mind though. We're going to pop him on ice for a bit, and then we're going to go for a fish, come back and have him for lunch. Cruising out. Got the kayak all ready to go. I'm just going to chuck my vest on. We're going to be motoring. I think we're going to cruise over there, get rid of the pots, and then we might just do a few little drifts around the sand flats here. See what we can't come up with. Alrighty, I need to get better at this. We just went for a paddle, come back, and I'm like, sweet, get into this mud crab, and GoPro wasn't on. But anyway, got a bit of tucker on him, so good as gold. He did drop a nipper, but that's all right. We'll make short work of it. We've just put the pot straight over there. The tide before was ripping. It was a bit of a silly idea, but we're gonna have a feed of muddy. Gonna chuck some lines out here and just chill out until the tide calms down a bit, and then we're gonna go out for a flick. So happy mud day, mud crab day. Bye. All right, gonna hit it again. Gonna go out for a little fish. The tide's slowed down, so the crew's out there, drift a few of the sandbanks and that. Bit bummed because all the effort we put in just before putting those pots over there a couple of hours back, when the tide was ripping, a pro crabber just went through there. So I'd say he's share farmed our pots. Hopefully he hasn't. Hopefully he just cruised straight past them, but he's the only boat we've seen on the water all day, so I'm guessing what's ours is his, unfortunately. But fingers crossed he didn't. You'll soon know about it anyway. All right, so we've just gotten on to the first real fish. Got a nice little flatty. He's dusky, and he's about 45, 48, something like that. Just gonna have a quick measure of him, and then yeah, dong him on the head. And that is dinner, which is perfect timing because we getting a bit hungry out here. But 48, yep, thought so. No, that's a little beauty, tidy little fish. We're just in around the mangroves and that, so she's pretty blowy, but yeah, awesome. We're eating tonight, so that'll go nicely with the little whiting we got. We're going to put him away and get back out there, see if we can't get another one. Awesome, good work, mate. Well done. Just come across this. It looks like a handle of some description. Could be a fishing rod. Go and have a look. I don't know what it is. An old rod. Well, mine's going to be an old rod in a second too. We just went and checked those pots across there, which wasn't fun. It's a good old sized passage to get across there, but unfortunately there was nothing in them, so I don't know if old mate had a look-see or what, but there was a few boats getting around in there. But yeah, we've just put them back up along this bank here. So we got a feed there last night, so hopefully we can get something there tonight. But tide's right up, she's right up on the bank, so we're just going to flick some worm and some plastics and stuff around and see what we can't get. But it's just awesome weather, beautiful. Like, it's a shame about the wind. Got a little bit of wind. I'd say when we were out there right in the guts, it was probably blowing about 15 knots or so. But yeah, other than that, it's just beautiful. It's been really good. Little bit of rain at night to cool things off, and yeah, this is living. old kitchen here tonight. We got our flatty and whiting fillets in there. What are we doing there? Onion, garlic over there. I think these are the entree for tonight. Terrible, right? Yeah. And then over here we've just got a little old lonely bloody bush potato that we found out the back in the mangroves. So just, yeah, crab, whiting, flatty, bit of potato, onion, garlic, and got our little fire going. Beautiful. Still blowing plenty, but we're pretty protected here. It's not too bad. So yeah, just spent the last 20-30 minutes cleaning up camp a bit from whoever was here before us. Thanks fellas. But yeah, good. That's what's on the menu for tonight anyway. Looking forward to getting into the money's, to tell you the truth. Bit of flatty, bit of onion, bit of whiting, potato, garlic, thingamajiggies. Right guys, dinner's up. Got our whiting and flatty, got our muddies. Pretty bloody happy. Let's get into it, after a long, hot and hard day. Awesome, what a feed. Bloody chockers, how'd you go?
Oh, smashed it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Good as. We're just going to pack up a bit because we're cruising off tomorrow. So we're going to do a bit of packing now while it's cool. And then once we've done that, once the sun goes down, we're going to chuck the headlights on. What do you want to call them? Head torches? The headlights. We're just going to cruise along because last night when we went and checked the pots, there's heaps of nightlife out. So there's plenty of flatty, whiting, mullet, crab. There's heaps getting around last night. There's even, I don't know if he was a long tom or something. There's close to a metre just cruising in the little creek. So yeah, we're pretty wrecked with the sun and everything, but we're going to tidy up, clean up camp, and then we'll take you on a little mission tonight. Hopefully we've got enough light so it comes out right. Alright, we're starting our little mission. We've just walked about 50 metres from camp and we got this little fella down here at our feet as we were cruising through. Well, I'll come this side. So me old, there we go. So he might look big on there, but he's not. I'll put my hand, like that's the size difference, so he's pretty tiny. Happy days, good as. That's number one. He's got a little top hat, this fella. Hey, like soldier crabs. They're everywhere. Yeah, bit of everything. Yeah, this is the little creek that we've got the crab pot sitting in, but there won't be any water in it. This is waist deep when we put the pot in, so. And at the moment it's not even going over my toe. A little toadfish. That's the first fish we've caught all day. Where is he? Old toady toad. Got ourselves a big prawn monster. Bit of a scoop in the shallows there at the start of the creek. Beautiful bait. Yeah, nice little prawn. It's his lucky night though. JT's catch and release. Beautiful. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. There's little bloody... You can see the eyes in him. That's him just there. Yeah. Is he gonna cruise in? No, he's coming to me. So we just found this little muddy. He's just caught himself a soldier crab. And how cool is that? He's like full on got him. Having a feed. That is awesome, eh? How cool is that? Like, this is a small muddy, like, you know, in the scheme of things. But he's caught himself a soldier crab and he's just going to town. If that comes out, that is going to be as cool as shit. Let me get some light in there. See if I can get this little gar. You want to jack him in your hand? I'll try and get a bit of light on him so we can get him back in the water. Alright, here's a little garney, yep, little garfish. Oh. Alright, better get him back in. Cat. Nice. Nice little gar. Once they get to about 20-30 centimetres, they're great bait. Get his marbles back, hopefully. Otherwise, edit. Nah, here he comes. Now he's good. See you, bud. Don't get eaten tonight. Let's call all the different little crabs out and about. Hello. I look good because I feel good. Bushy straight on. So that was a very comfortable night's sleep. I can't wait to look back at this and edit it up because yeah, that was wonderful. So that's where I was sleeping. Maybe I don't do that because I've got heaps of stuff in there. Yeah, so I got me little camp set up. That's what my toes have been sitting in for the last 10 hours. Oh, so yeah, no, that was quite enjoyable. I think I woke up for 4 downpours.
Each downpour we had.
So that was good. So anyway, I might actually might go check these crab pots and then come back and then start packing this thing up. Try and get a bit of motivation because at the moment yeah, so I think there's like 4, wouldn't call them showers, it bucketed down. So hopefully there's a bit of blue sky over there. Hopefully it's been coming from the east, southeast the whole time we've been here, so hopefully that is direct east, so hopefully it keeps pushing through and gives us a bit of okay weather. Yeah, I'd say it's about 5 o'clock maybe. Low tide's at 6. So yeah, we're just going to pack up and wait for the turn of the tide, and then once the tide starts coming in, we're going to start scooting back. The tide should help us. I wasn't expecting a great deal, and I wasn't wrong. It's gone through a full tide, but it's just full of mud, I think. No gooder. Bugger. Oh, terrible, Muriel. Yeah, it's not much of a creek. I guess it was just close to camp, so, but not good. While I got a bit of time, they're the 2 pots we were using. So when we first got here, I was in too much of a hurry and too excited to get them out, so I never bloody recorded anything, which I should have. But so they're the 2 pots. So in Queensland it's 4 pots per person. These are pretty simple ones. These are just from BCF. They're a heavy duty one compared to the others. I think you can get them anywhere between sort of 40 and 60 bucks. So there's those. They've got other ones for probably $15 each. You can normally get, like, buy your 4 for 50 or 60 bucks in a deal. They'll come with a bit of rope and float. So yeah, if you've never crabbed before, it's quite simple really. Like, you don't have to have a boat, kayak or anything. Just find a stretch of river, you know, tidal or brackish or whatever, as long as it's not fresh, but you probably proved me wrong there too. But yeah, if you never been crabbing or whatever, you want to take the kids, or you just want to go out for the first time for yourself, go down to BCF, get yourself just a set of cheap pots or something. Just got to have your name on the name, address and phone number on the float and the pot, or the name, address and phone number of something you don't like, either. But so that's about it. They're pretty easy to put together. So you just got like 4 poles on each, these little fellas, and they just pop in. Just sort of, you know, space them out 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's nice and square. Your bait goes at the bottom. These ones come with a bait bag, so it's got one of these things at the top. It'll have one of those on the bottom as well. You undo that, put the bait in there, clip him back up nice and tight so it doesn't get out, and then that's your bait. You can use plenty of things, like chicken's good, mullet's good, just frames, if you got any leftover frames, that's good. Personally I like getting up in the creeks and dropping them. This isn't a great looking creek, but like I said, that's camp, that's creek. So yeah, we're lucky we got a couple anyway to feed us over the last few days. So, but yeah, you find, like, if you're just off the bank, like say you've pulled up somewhere and you've got a bit of a bank like that, just throw them out, you know, get a good 10-15 meters of rope on them, just send them out there, get them out as far as you can. If you're land based, just try and spread them out, maybe 30-40 meters apart or something like that, and yeah, just have a go. It is pretty fun. And then, you know, leaving them for an amount of time, that's up to you as well. You can leave them an hour, probably leave them 2 hours to be honest, but and then you got other people that'll just leave them for a full tide or as long as they're there. But yeah, crabs can get in and they can get out, so that's the only thing with that. But yeah, that's about it. I'll show you how I unload these little crabs anyway. It's pretty easy. It's like that bait bag situation. Just get this fella, undo him, that there will open up to, you know, soccer ball size. And then you just pick it up upside down, give it a shake, and they'll all just come out, cruise back into the creek and on their merry way. So that's about it for the crab pot situation. If anyone's got any comments or questions, leave them down below, and I'll get back to you with whatever it is, whether you're after any more info or whether you're telling me how it should be done. Either I'll be interested to to know. But anyway, I'm gonna get these packed up and then head back to camp and start packing up our sloppy mess. All right. And off they go. Cranky little buggers. Finally got some nice water. Like, it is perfect. Just loving it. On the way out here, and since we've been here, it's been pretty bloody choppy, to tell you the truth, like kayak wise. But this is the first bit of glass that we've seen since we've been out here, so make the most of it, and it's on the way back. So I hope you like my hat too. I like the hat. I think this is like a Gimpy Muster 2007 or 2008 model. As you can tell, she's a bit weathered, but anyway, we're going to cruise. I'll try and get some nice footage on the way back anyway, but we've had an awesome time. Flatty, whiting, mud crab, camping, good mate, fire. A fantastic night's sleep last night. Yeah, it's been good. It's been real good. Anyway, I'm going to get a paddle on. I'm drifting with the tide at the moment. I'm going alright too. Effortlessly. On the move. But anyway, I'm going to get to paddle and see if we can't kick a few Ks out before this sun comes up and burns me. And there she is, ladies and gents. The end is in sight. Cabbage Tree Point boat ramp, just over the big mud flat there. We just got to cruise over with the navigational beacons. I tell you what, I've seen a boat or two get smashed on that mud flat. Some big ones too come cruising through, not following the channels at all, and get absolutely pinged. Poor buggers. Seen a couple of fins and that, a few other bits and pieces getting around. It's just hard to record them because if I put my old headset on, I'll get nailed by the sun. If you haven't gathered, I'm yeah, not the right skin tone to be without my Gimpy Muster 2007 hat. But yeah, by the time I get this thing turned on, they're bloody gone, sitting under the kayak. Durnin'. Anyway, better catch up to him. He's not hanging around for no one. I think I said, oh, keen for the bottle shop, and he didn't even answer me. He just started paddling quicker. But, lovely and peaceful for the first time since we've been out here. It's always the way. It's when you're going home that everything flattens out. But lovely stuff. See you at the boat ramp. Back at the boat ramp, just packing up our stuff, packing the car, unpacking the kayaks. But yeah, it's been awesome. Good little trip. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Make sure to subscribe and all of that jazz. All right, take it easy, guys. See you next week.